Welcome to Enviro Close-Up. I'm Carl Grossman. The focus, the Scenic Hudson, one of the most beautiful areas in the United States of America, if not the world, and it's north of New York City, which people generally don't. I'm speaking to Klara Sauer. She's executive director of Scenic Hudson Incorporated, and they, for 25 years, have been really the protectors of this beautiful, essentially a green belt or a greenway running from Manhattan Island right up to Albany. Now, these are two places, Klara, that aren't known, Manhattan Island and Albany, for being beautiful environmental places. But between the two, describe the Scenic Hudson.
Well, I think you've already introduced it very nicely. This is a river corridor that's unrivaled and often compared to the legendary Rhine, although I think it's much more beautiful than the Rhine. It's a treasure trove of historic sites. It's got, in fact, the very first site that was designated by the Department of the Interior, George Washington's headquarters, is located right in the Hudson Valley in Newburgh. We have another presidential site, the Franklin D. Roosevelt in Hyde Park, the library and the home of that president, located in the Hudson Valley. There are hundreds of important historic sites in the river, in this river corridor. It's a splendid, absolutely glorious panorama that unfolds when you go and visit the valley. And it's also an area of enormous ecological importance, because the Hudson River is a tidal river and it's an estuary. In fact, it's the most productive estuary in the Northeast. The river flows both ways, and there's a mixture of salt and fresh water, and it's a very important spawning area for fish. It has significance also to our nation and, in fact, to the world in many other areas. Its beauty inspired the creation of our first indigenous school of painters, the Hudson River School of Painting, and it spawned the birth of American Romantic literature. It gave rise to landscape pioneers like Andrew Jackson Downing. And it also is an area that is an incredible place where extraordinary invention and innovation took place, beginning with the steamboat, the telegraph, and the computer, that had a tremendous economic impact on our country.
Let's present a visual portrait of the Scenic Hudson, and this is just a wonderful 5 minutes of film done for Scenic Hudson Incorporated. Let it roll.
Settled almost 400 years ago, the Hudson River Valley today is within a 2-hour drive of 1 in every 12 Americans. Protecting this historical landscape and safeguarding the river's ecosystem are the mission of Scenic Hudson. It is a mission vital to the valley's future. Scenic Hudson took its genesis in a battle to prevent Con Edison from embedding the world's largest pumped storage hydroelectric plant in the face of Storm King Mountain. Founded in 1963 at Octagon House, the organization fighting for the mountain grew quickly, winning the now famous Scenic Hudson decision.
Not only is Scenic Hudson celebrating its founding, but this is the birth of the grassroots environmental movement.
This victory laid the foundation for the National Environmental Policy Act and forever marked the Hudson River Valley as the cradle of the American grassroots environmental movement. The role of environmental litigator soon expanded to include planner, advisor, and catalyst for sound environmental policy for the river and communities along its banks. Headquartered in Poughkeepsie, New York, Scenic Hudson is today a multifaceted, professionally staffed organization. In land preservation, thanks to a special fund created by the founders of Reader's Digest, thousands of acres of irreplaceable landscapes have been saved. And with 70% of the valley's residents still without access to the river, Scenic Hudson is busy opening new parks, wildlife sanctuaries, and nature centers. In 1986, Scenic Hudson launched the Hudson River Greenway Coalition. The following year, Scenic Hudson joined forces with historic Hudson Valley and others, advancing this new conservation strategy, the Greenway. Empowered by the momentum, a groundswell of support prompted legislation calling for a 150-mile trail up both sides of the Hudson, and a voluntary compact among communities for regional planning and preservation of the valley's extraordinary attributes. Bringing grassroots, government, business, and other diverse interests together to solve problems is a hallmark of Scenic Hudson. That ability led New York City to adopt an impressive conservation program, saving precious water and taxpayer money, and stepped up the campaign for river-wide PCB cleanup and restoration of a multi-million-dollar commercial fishing industry. The river's most diligent advocate, Scenic Hudson has spearheaded passage of virtually every piece of legislation affecting the Hudson Corridor. Important laws ranging from the Conservation Easement Bill to the Scenic Roads Program and the 1993 Environmental Trust Fund. The new agenda is no less ambitious. Scenic Hudson is working to protect the largest unspoiled area in the region, Sterling Forest, grappling with transportation issues, seeking national and World Heritage Area designations for the valley, building new partnerships for conservation and economic development. With your help, Scenic Hudson will continue to safeguard the natural grandeur, historic legacy, and special sense of place unique to our valley, the scenic Hudson River Valley.
What an environmental success story, and it began a little over 30 years ago, Klara.
Yes, 32 years ago, a band of citizens, volunteers, combined their forces to stop basically Goliath from constructing the world's largest pumped storage power plant, which would have been carved into the most stunning visual landmark in the Hudson Highlands, known as Storm King Mountain. And we succeeded after 17 years in court and 1 year in negotiation to stopping that power plant from going forward. And that effort also helped launch the grassroots environmental movement, and the decision, the Storm King decision, or Scenic Hudson decision, was incorporated in the National Environmental Protection Act, and it forms now the cornerstone of environmental law, and environmental law became a legal specialty as a result of this.
Keep fighting and save the river, and this is the address of Scenic Hudson if you'd like to write, if you'd like to get involved in an important preservation effort. Thank you, Klara, and thank you for watching.